So I picked up this Radia Speed Demon Cerakote mixer, and when I picked it up, it had 4 cycles on it. And when I went looking for these, they range from $2,600 for brand new to $1,200 used, and they have a bunch of paint on the inside. So as you can tell, this one hasn't had any paint spilled on the inside, and it has low cycles and time usage. And it's on the outside, cosmetics are generally pretty good. Couple little scuffs. So for my shop, it's going to meet the bill or fit the bill. You can see we have the original who was built by in Plymouth, Minnesota. We have these yellow wires. So it's, when I spoke with the Radia service techs, they said that this wasn't a specific US version. It's actually a Canada version. Maybe they'll be proud that I didn't call it Canada, but we'll see the hate in the comment section. But when we jump in here, when I tilt this down, this lid down, I'll show you that real quick so you can kind of see it's in great condition too. So I picked this thing up on a steel, and I think it was due to the some of these pins not being removed prior to operation, which they were included as well as the instructions on what to do, but maybe it wasn't done. When we tilt this down, we'll see that's the lid switch that the screws once held it in place that were popped out. I haven't investigated where that's at. It came packaged in a nice heavy-duty container that's in a short video, so you might have to dig through that to see that unboxing video. But when I spoke to the Radia service techs, they said that all I have to do is wire these two wires together with a wire nut, and then I'll be able to operate it. But this is in a little bit more interesting because those 2 wires are not coming out of this control panel, which they told me the parts on the control was $150, and for the price I got it for, it's still a positive steal, because in the condition, the usage, and even if I have to purchase a new control, it's like $160. I'm still well off, so stay tuned. So I connected with Radia after looking at the control panel wires and sending them some additional photos. It turns out this is not a Canada version. It has no locking mechanism in the back, but it's rather the US version. And the reason why it was actually not working is because there's a lid sensor that the bolts came loose and it cannot be found in here. So to fix this, it's going to take 2 machine hex nuts and 2 lock washers. And this sensor mounts on those 2 bolts with those nuts, and then so when it opens, it decompresses that switch, and then it will slow down and turn off. And then when it compresses, the switch compresses and completes the circuit, and then when you hit power on, then it's able to complete the cycle. So what I'm going to do is this, you can kind of see how bent it is because it was loose for some reason, and it must have connected just right, damaged in shipping or in operation somehow. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that straightened out and bolt it on, and then we'll be able, I'll go ahead and continue this video. So I wanted to do another little brief video to show how and what tools I was using to straighten it out. I'm just using this Linux specialty tool here. Just kind of running these around, straighten it out, different angles. So I got that straightened out. And then we'll go ahead and do a little test fit. Just to make sure that it's working. So here you can see it's, let me get my and it's bolted up. Won't have an issue with interfering. So we'll get it bolted up and show another demonstration. So I wanted to do another little brief video to show how and what tools I was using to straighten it out. I'm just using this Linux specialty tool here. Just kind of running these around, straighten it out, different angles. So I got that straightened out. And then we'll go ahead and do a little test fit. Just to make sure that it's working. So here you can see it's, let me get my and it's bolted up. Won't have an issue with interfering. So we'll get it bolted up and show another demonstration. We got it in place. Got it bolted up okay. Now we're tightening her down. Let's see. So now I have a appearance that is functioning as intended. So now what we'll have to do is to assemble the rest of these, put the bolts, assemble the control, assemble this back together, and then do a test run. Okay, and now we're just kind of putting some finishing touches on it and tighten her down. Got it's all nice, clean, and flush as it was when we received it. Let's see if we can approach the other side. It's recessed right there. There's that. Okay, now we'll go ahead and put on this outer enclosure and fasten the remaining bolts. And with any luck, we should be set. So we got the mixer, the Speed Demon, out in the shop with these bolts started. So we'll just go ahead and finish those bad boys off. Come on. All right, now it's bolted up. We'll go ahead and plug it in and get ready for our test. All right, I'm doing a little check on the machine, on the Speed Demon. Looks like we're all clear there. We hear the noticeable detent from the switch. Good there. Now let's do there's the run, shows runtime in minutes. The cycles. Let's go and shut this. Now I guess it's time for the moment of truth here, huh? When you open the lid, it does a run stop, so that's a good safety check. Good there. Run it again. Oh, looks like our counter went up to 5. Let's run it again. Lights on red. Wonderful. Stop control works. So I end up fixing this thing for around $2.37 for those washers and nuts. So deal of a lifetime. So, and another thing is, if you like what you see on our channel, please go ahead and follow and subscribe, and let us know what you think in the comments section about some of this equipment we're getting. And I'd like to hear about what projects you're working on in your shop, what equipment you're using, how you like it. And if you have any additional questions, comments, concerns, let's have a discussion and keep the conversation going. And in the industry, it's just nice being able to talk with people, bounce different ideas off of each other, what works, what works in your shop, and just have a good time while we're going through it all. Thank you. See you on the next video.